Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Friendly Film Take, the Film News Blitz podcast, a friendly film chat and friendly film debate. And I have a new person joining me today to prove that I've got more than friends than you can count on one hand. It's Jason Hayter. Hello, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yep, well, it's a pleasure to have you. We're going to be talking about a little film today called The Odyssey. You may have heard of it.
It's just a little one.
Yes, just a small one. But first, because you're new, I'm going to do some questions for you. So, just so we can get a little bit of a flavour of you as a film person. And then we're going to discuss our cups. Because I feel like where you can't go without being talked about. Okay, so film questions for you. Favourite film you've seen so far this year?
The Odyssey.
Okay,
100%.
cool. I'm not gonna ask you why then, because we're gonna need to get to that later. Okay, least favourite film you've seen, or most disappointing film of 2026?
Oh, it's a tie-up, I have to say. Now, I'm a big horror fan.
Okay.
Not like the biggest horror fan, but I'm a big horror fan. And The Strangers Chapter 3 was
Right.
diabolical. And I have progressed with these films, still liking Chapter 2 and Chapter 1.
Cool.
With the reboot that they did, but they lost me on Chapter 3. And then, I mean, do we go into TV shows here as well, or
You can do TV shows. Well, yeah, okay. We can do your favourite and your least favourite if you want.
because
If you've got a favourite.
The Pit was amazing.
Oh, of course. Okay. Yes.
Right,
This isn't a
second
surprise.
season.
People, obviously, you won't know this, but you're obsessed with Grey's Anatomy in an unhealthy way. So
Well-
the Pit sounds right up your street.
Yeah, I mean, how do you balance The Pit from Grey's Anatomy,
One's
The
less
Good
ridiculous for the other.
Doctor, ER, The Resident? They're all the same, but they're not.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, The Pit was amazing. Season 2 was great because I watched season 1 and season 2 back to back, and I thought they were just like.
So you're an HBO Maxer,
Um,
or have you watched it on Sky Atlantique?
Sky, yeah,
Cool.
got it on Sky. Yeah, I just thought the performances were so good, and obviously I didn't realise to start with that obviously Noah Weil was on ER beforehand, and
Yep.
he sort of discussed in the about. I won't go into it now, but I thought that was really good. But my least favourite, and I couldn't even finish watching it. And obviously, you may know that I am a massive The Mentalist fan.
Okay. Yes.
Big fan of Simon Baker, everything that really he does, like some of his independent stuff as well that he's done since going back to Australia. But he was in Scarpetta,
Okay.
released by Amazon Prime. Nicole Kidman, Jamie Lee Curtis, really high hopes, because it was really, you know how sometimes you can get it really raw, and they're like,
Oh.
you think, actually, they've done their research. They're giving us what actually it could be like working on like a crime scene, X, Y, and Z.
Okay, it's a detective thing. Then.
Detective, yeah. But unfortunately, I couldn't finish it.
Oh dear.
Mainly because I think they were trying to do lots of flashbacks, so they were trying to set out, okay, this is the scene, this is what happened 20
Yeah.
years ago, but they just kept going back to it when actually they probably could have got away with setting the story first, then cutting over to 20 years later, and then only seeking to rely on cutbacks when they actually needed it. But that might be an unpopular opinion.
Fair enough. Okay, I don't really know. I wasn't aware of Scarpetta, but I'm not really. I'm not as much of a TV person. I'm more of a film person, which people would have gathered, I think, from previous episodes. Okay, so favorite film genre that you would you say you've got a favorite genre? I mean, you do go to see a lot of horror films, or a lot at least to me, because I don't go see any because I'm scared of them.
Yeah, I don't think I have necessarily a genre that I think, yeah, I'm going to go to see that film because it's this type of genre. I look for films that make me feel something,
Oof.
which obviously you, Dan, know as to my favourite film of all time, which will remain undisclosed.
Why we can disclose them? It's a safe space, no judgment. So we've got Time Traveler's Wife.
The Time Traveler's Wife is one of the best movies ever made.
Hot take.
Prove me wrong. Don't prove me wrong.
What's your other one then? Is it About Time?
About Time's up there. Obviously, I don't think it comes higher than La La Land.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Dark Knight's up there. And then Whiplash.
What's your other one of these two then you mentioned that you didn't want to disclose? We've disclosed one of them. Was La La Land the second?
No, it was just The Time Traveler's Wife that I didn't
Oh,
want to
okay.
disclose.
So good a movie for you that you wanted it to be two movies.
I get a lot of backlash for that being my top film.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever actually watched it, so I can't really judge.
Yeah.
I can't really comment. Maybe I need to watch it.
You do need to watch it.
Based on your recommendation,
it gives you happiness. It gives you fear. It gives you sadness.
Yep, it's Eric Barner, isn't it?
Yes, and Rachel McAdams.
Oh well, okay, safe hands.
I mean, Rachel McAdams and time travel goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
She's about time as well. Did she ever do any other time traveling? Well, we're all technically traveling through time, just slowly.
She's associated to Doctor Strange, I guess.
Okay.
Who has the time stone?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna throw you in another question, and I'm gonna gas you up a little bit, so people won't know this, but you were a member of the National Youth Woodwind Orchestra.
National Youth Wind Orchestra, yeah.
Yep. Playing the
trumpet.
So you're a big music buff.
Yeah.
You love your music. So obviously film scores and film music is big for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite film composer?
Justin Hurwitz is obviously is the classic because he did stuff like the La La Lands, the Whiplash. I mean, film music has never really been something that I've necessarily been drawn towards, mainly because you watch a movie and
it's part of the whole thing.
It's part of the whole thing, and you've got to experience one with the other to really get the full experience of what that composer and what the filmmaker is sort of like. Obviously, you've got Hans Zimmer, who's like one of the greatest composers of all time, especially for movies.
Big name missing though, John Williams, because you don't rate him.
I just think if you're gonna listen to John Williams, you might as well just go back and listen to Haydn, Bach, and
highbrow,
and be done with it. But that doesn't take away from the fact that John Williams has done some brilliant things with his career, and he's obviously produced he's arranged some perfect sort of things that you would go back to, and you would, if you were in the car and you were just on a long drive, you'd whistle or you'd hum. Or
my thing with John Williams is that all his like themes are like, so the Indiana Jones theme, the Star Wars theme, the Jaws theme, Harry Potter, they're all amazing, but then when you get into his actual scores, they all kind of sound exactly the same. So you could be I've watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'm like, oh, this sounds exactly like Philosopher's Stone. And I was in the car the other day listening to classic FM movies, which I do a lot, where you do get to appreciate film scores in isolation, but they kind of replay the same 6 ones. There's a lot of John Williams. I was in the car with my dad, and we were like, "Oh, is this Harry Potter?" It wasn't. It was Neverland or Finding. No, is it Neverland? Is that one of his? Hook. It was something to do with Peter Pan that John Williams has done. Maybe it was Hook. And the song was called Finding Neverland.
And that brings me back to my point about the Barks and the Haydns and stuff.
Yes.
And what is all music? It's taking and develop.
Same about film, I suppose.
Yeah, and just developing things and ideas that other people have potentially had beforehand and come out with, and you're just adapting it and putting your own stamp on it. Obviously, you've got like Hans Zimmer, who uses like, in a lot of his films, I know that Hans Zimmer likes French horns to pan to left and right, and he uses the big stuff like that. Yes, he does
like a big doesn't he? Yeah.
But then again, you contrast that with, from The Dark Knight, let's say, to Dune, and it's just something that's so unique, and something that obviously that we'll probably come on to is that I think the composer in
the Odyssey
did really well, and there's a lot of things that they did that
Ludwig, isn't it?
Yes.
Göransson did Sinners, did The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is up there with my least favourite film of 2026. Yes. But there's like a really funny like Star Wars lo-fi dubstep that he does. So to contrast that with the Odyssey, I thought it was quite funny.
Yes, I have noticed his sort of his nice sort of modern to more old sort of combination of sound. So he'll use like synths, but he'll also use loads of other instruments and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And other techniques that you would normally probably wouldn't hear.
Probably why he keeps winning awards. Right, should we talk about the cups quickly? Interesting. So we've got a Scream cup. We've got two Scream cups, but different types of Scream, I suppose. Scream is in Ghostface and Scream is in Monsters Inc. can. Why do you have these?
Let's start with the least interesting.
Okay.
This cup is because I went to see
Scream.
Scream.
Which Scream did you see?
This was the most recent one. Is that Scream 7?
I think it is 7. Yeah.
7
Any
now.
good?
I liked it more than 6. I did like it more than 6.
Okay.
But I think the thing about Scream is that it's comedic. It's intended to be comedic.
Yes.
It's not like something like The Strangers Chapter 3,
Yes.
which is intended to be really scary, and actually you're laughing because it's actually bad. Because I think they go into those movies thinking, okay, ever since the first one, like, how can we take the mick out of
Yes. But
the slasher genre?
yes, it's kind of taking the mick out of Halloween and
Yeah.
sort of classic things like that. So is this the first of your movie cups you got?
The first one I got is a Deadpool cup that I got, and that
Right,
was
Deadpool's in the kitchen, isn't he?
Deadpool's in the kitchen.
Deadpool's head.
And that was a day after work. I saw it come on my Facebook, and I thought, I want that. So
Right,
I drove
okay.
to Odeon, I picked one up.
Did you see a film, or did you just get the cup?
I just got the cup and I came back,
Okay.
and then my partner didn't talk to me for 10 minutes.
Okay, it was not actually that bad.
No.
10 minutes isn't that bad. And then you've got the Monsters Inc. one.
Now this one
It's
is
probably the coolest.
This one is a bigger story. Now I have wanted
Biggest.
one of these cups for years.
If I press the button, does it make a noise?
If you press the button and undo the lid, it actually screams. And I saw these. I can't remember where I saw these.
Right. Cool.
And that is my life. Screaming a cup.
Okay.
No, it's and I saw these. It was either online or I went to America and I saw these, and they were only, and I must have been like 8 at the time. Or
Oh, this is an old cup. It's a legacy
this
cup.
isn't an old cup.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, right.
The idea is old, and
This
now-
is very apt. We're talking about the Odyssey, and you're going non-linear in your narrative of this cup.
because I'm thinking now I may be corrected
Okay.
after this because it may not have been that old, but for me it's gone back a long time. But I've wanted one of these cups, and I know that there's like online, they're like, you can buy them for like 60, 70, 80 quid.
That's too much.
It's too much.
Yes.
And then you've obviously got the Disney store in like London,
Yep.
New York, stuff like that. And I've been into a couple of them, but I think the Disney store is more recent. And I'm not really a Disney like guy. I don't go out
No.
and I think, oh, I love Disney.
Not a Disney adult.
Disney is my everything. But I can appreciate a good cup.
Okay.
And obviously, Monsters Inc. is a childhood classic.
Yes.
And
But interesting, because I don't. Does Monsters Inc. predate you? Because Monsters Inc. is quite early. I thought Monsters Inc.'s like very early 2000s. You're very early 2000s in terms
Yeah.
of your
you know,
origin.
it probably does. And I mean, when I was younger, my mum and my sister always tell me that I was always scared of Monsters Inc. whenever they used to put it on, and they
Okay.
used to hide the video because every time it would come on, I would cry.
Nice.
But then obviously we grow up, and it was obviously became something that we
It
just
is a
watch on like
classic.
VHS and stuff,
Yeah.
and then convert to DVD later down the line.
Can you remember the first DVD your family had?
First DVD, yes.
Okay.
I think.
We got two at the same time. So me and my sister were given Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Terrible. And then my Mum and Dad got a double DVD box set of the first 2 Mission Impossible films because those were the only 2 that existed at the time, which is pretty wild if you think about it.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it Pollyanna? Is that is I think that's a like
deep cuts. I don't know.
yeah, that's something that springs to mind that where
Pollyanna.
they go like on a school trip or something, or it would have been something either like that or
Okay.
Stuart Little or something like that.
Let's say Stuart Little. It's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you get this cup?
This cup was purchased for me
Oh,
about a year ago
I see.
because we went to London
You saw one.
and I went with my partner and her cousin because we were taking her to go see Olivia Rodrigo at the time.
Cool.
And they went into the Disney shop and I saw this cup and my partner bought it for me because she knew that I was looking online. I was looking throughout the shops for years.
Wouldn't stop talking about it.
And I've never been able to get my hands on it.
And then you got one.
And then
how
I got
magical! I'm only having a water in it, but I imagine if you had like a deep red squash or something, it would look good because you'd see the
See the screams.
screams in more clarity. But wow. There we go. Should we talk about the Odyssey?
Let's talk about
Do you want to talk about the Odyssey? Okay, so neither of us have seen it in the big IMAX 70mm because we're poor, I don't know, or we're just not as prepared. But we are trying to plan because there's only 3 in the UK, 2 in London, they're all sold out, and there's 1 in Manchester, which has some really funky screenings that there are still some tickets left. Probably by the time this goes out, they won't be left, but maybe we'll try and figure it out. But we've seen it in normal pauper format. When did you see it? Where did you see it? Who did you see it with? What did you think?
I went with my brother-in-law.
Okay.
We went to the Odeon in Bournemouth.
Nice.
And I'm ashamed to say I didn't even see it in iSense.
Yes, that's the big Odeon, isn't it? The big Odeon screen. The
big
iSense.
Odeon screen, Dolby Atmos.
Okay, fair enough. It's fine.
I saw it just normal. We were in the very back row, dead center, and
yeah.
Now I didn't go into the film really knowing.
Have you read the book?
I haven't read.
Poem.
I haven't read Homer's The Odyssey.
No.
I because and in hindsight, going back and looking at trying to look at the poem after watching the film, you almost think I'm going to wait until the screenplay book comes out.
Yeah.
Because it almost feels, I don't know whether I just haven't spent too much time on it, but it feels like it's very hard and difficult to sort of follow along to.
Fair enough.
But I didn't know much about the Odyssey going into it. Obviously,
no,
I knew about the Trojan horse.
Yes.
And the Battle of Troy. I knew there was a Battle of Troy, and I knew the film beforehand. I haven't seen the film beforehand with Brad Pitt.
Oh, Troy.
Yes. And I also don't know whether is that a follow on? Like, does that?
That's literally about just the Battle of Troy.
Just the battle. So and then this is. It's happened. It's a side piece.
The whole shebang.
What led on to the events after it?
Yeah, I haven't read it. The Homer's Odyssey. Eden's read it. I went to see it with Eden. I went to see it on Saturday in Salisbury Odeon, which is a very old, kind of ropey cinema, but very cute. Luckily, it wasn't in screen 1 where the acoustic's terrible. It was screen 2, the one where you go down. So that's a bit better. So I didn't see it in a big fancy screen either.
Yep.
But I still loved it.
The effect is still there.
Yeah, it's lingered. You saw it you saw it Friday. You saw it opening day.
I saw it opening day.
I saw it Saturday, day after it came out.
I was messaging my brother-in-law, and I was saying to him the night before, "There's a midnight screening. Should we go?
You did midnight?
We tried.
Okay.
Well, no, we didn't try. I tried to convince him. He said yes, and then I got too tired, so I said no.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
but obviously, but at that point, it was just a film that it's being hyped up. I want to see if it delivers. There's a midnight screening. There's not many of them. Let's go.
Yeah.
And the last midnight screening I did was Star Wars. Is it The Last Jedi?
That was the second one. Yeah.
The second one.
Was that with me?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know if I did felt like it was late at night when I saw it.
But I fell asleep in that one, so I didn't.
Oh wow, okay.
I didn't want to.
I don't think I've ever fallen asleep at cinema. Maybe once, briefly during Mary Poppins Returns. which isn't a bad movie. I think I was just really tired.
I fell asleep in the theatre once, and that was when I was with you actually, and that was watching. You can guess.
Oh, did you like the film?
I hated the film.
You hated the film. Did I like the film?
No, you did not like the film.
Did I hate the film as well?
I think you hated the film.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
This
Was
is
it like
the worst film of all time, by the way.
The worst film of all time?
This is possibly the worst film of all time. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
you fell asleep?
Yeah.
Was it just me, you, and Eden?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Was it like a franchise film?
I would say yes.
We have segued here, but it's fine.
But
Just
it wasn't part of the franchise. It was almost like a reboot.
Oh, like a reboot?
It was almost like a reboot, yeah.
Oh my god. Wasn't like a Jurassic World movie, was it?
It wasn't a Jurassic World movie. You're on the right type of lines because it has...
Did it have dinosaurs? It had monsters in it then?
It did have monsters in it, yeah. I mean, yeah.
This is hard work.
It has come
Can you give me like an actor who's in it?
You know, I couldn't.
Oh wow, is it that bad?
I could give you the name of the person who has been in the reboot of the reboot.
Reboot of the... Oh my god, is it Hellboy?
It's Hellboy. It's
yeah,
Hellboy.
that's a terrible movie.
You
fell asleep. The David Harbour one.
No, that's the new one, isn't it?
No.
Is the David Harbour one the Crooked Man or something?
No. The David Harbour one is the one, and it had like Ian McShane, the John Wick old guy, and it ended in like London and the streets split open. Yeah,
and then there was like loads of things like flying around.
Yeah, coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God awful.
Yeah, fucking bad.
The worst movie of all time.
Oh, you fell asleep.
Yeah.
Wow. I went to the cinema with someone once to see Mad Max Fury Road, and they fell asleep watching that.
Interesting.
Can you
That's an
imagine
interesting choice to fall asleep to.
Yeah. He was very tired. It was like after a shift at work.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
The only other time that I've really fallen asleep in the cinema is either when it's really, really late, like the midnight screening, or I did once do a back-to-back viewing.
Okay, nice.
And it was... The second one was Laurel and Hardy. That
oh right,
that one that came out with Steve Coogan in that one.
Yeah, John C. Reilly.
And I had just finished watching Vice with Christian Bale.
And then what was your third entry in this trilogy? This is a weird choice. Why did you do this as back to back? I'm guessing you were using the Odeon Limitless to full effect.
I was using the Odeon Limitless to full effect, and it was my day off.
Wow. Those are not good films to pair together. So no, God knows what your third one was.
Vice was really long and really sort of like it took a lot of attention.
Political biopic.
Yeah, but obviously I lived in Bournemouth at the time. I lived in the centre of Bournemouth. The cinema was like a 5-minute walk, 2-minute walk, and you just go in, you come out, and then if you...
What was the third? Can you not remember the third one? This is around 2015. No, it can't be 2015. Must be later than that.
It would have been 2018. I reckon, that film came out. I believe it was something like, you know, that crocodile film. Is it Crawl, where there's like a crocodile under the house? I think it may have been that one as my third one. So yeah, there was.
Wow, but you didn't fall asleep during the Odyssey. If we get back on track,
I didn't fall asleep during the Odyssey. No, what a great movie. I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know much about it going into the movie, but what did you think about sort of like the hype to the delivery?
Well, I was fully on board with the hype. I love Nolan films. Dark Knight's probably one of my favourite films ever. Then Interstellar I love. I really enjoyed Oppenheimer. And then when I saw, I was aware, like you, I'm aware of what the Odyssey is, aware that obviously if you're going to do a film like that, it's going to be like an epic. And I enjoy Nolan's use of practical effects. He's a big champion of like doing it on film, instead of digital, trying to do everything on location, trying to do as much of it as real, as in camera as possible, as tactile as possible, which I think is good because it doesn't age as badly. Like you think of like franchise films where they're doing loads of CGI, they're doing it really quickly, they're doing reshoots on blue screen, then in 5-10 years time it's dated. So I was really feeling the hype. You know, we were getting teaser trailers like last year. So I was pretty buzzed coming into it. But I'd done a good job of avoiding reviews. I didn't really want to read reviews or anything like that before watching it. and I got in, and it wasn't long until I was like, oh, this has really got me by the balls, to be honest. In terms of like, it was probably, I thought it was his most visceral film, his most sort of physical, and it felt the most tactile of any of his films. Like, and after watching it, reading about like the locations they used, the 60-foot puppet they used for the Cyclops, but then combining that with like, and the fact that they shot in a cave that I think in Greece that is kind of colloquially known as Zeus's cave.
Yep.
And then the scene. I mean, these aren't spoilers. It's a 3,000-year-old book or story. The scene with the giants. That was a combination of 5-foot stuntmen for Odysseus and his men, and 7-foot plus stuntmen for the giants, and a combination of that and force perspective, which we'll know from like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. So just reading all of this just made it. And I thought everybody, the ensemble cast, we know it's like full of everyone is in this film. They're all doing amazing work, no matter how much they're on the screen. I just loved it. It's just completely. And it was, even though it's a long film, I didn't feel the length at all.
Yeah.
Apart from like towards the end, I was like, "Come on, reveal yourself." But and then it had a bit. Yeah, it had elements of horror. It had elements of just violence. It had, sort of. It felt like one of those classic old Hollywood epics in terms of the sheer scale, like a Ben-Hur or a Lawrence of Arabia. But the Trojan horse sequence and then the Battle of Troy. I was like mouth open, eyes like ablaze. I was like completely blown away.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it, and it was nice. Salisbury Odeon is normally completely empty. It doesn't matter which day of the week, what time. This was 7 p.m. on a Saturday. It can even be barren then, but it was nicely filled out. There was quite a few people in there. I imagine yours was pretty full.
Yeah, ours was pretty much full.
Could you feel a good energy in the room? Was it a well-behaved audience, actually?
It was a very well-behaved audience, and that probably goes to the fact that I could not tell you whether or not they were engaged because I was so engaged.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I don't. I initially gave it a 4.5 out of 5, and I'll tell you why. And I felt like it was missing maybe like a little bit of soul, a little bit of, which sometimes you can say his films maybe do miss a little bit of. But then towards the end, it really ramps up on emotion and all of that, and then just reflect. And I think it's important you give a film an initial rating when you've just watched it, but then you reflect on it. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, that was really amazing.
Yeah.
And I think all those bits about the shooting it on location and the way they did it, I think that earns it, in my mind, the extra half. I feel like you've given it a 5 straight out the gate.
5, yeah. All the hard work that goes into it, and as you say, like the effects that they use, obviously the animatronics, with the effects afterwards, and obviously the whirlpool scene, for example.
Oof.
I heard that they used like jet skis to like create the initial whirlpool, and then they expanded it with like effects afterwards. But obviously, they're not going straight into the CGI. They're using that those practical things. Like Christopher Nolan, like I've seen loads of interviews where they're like, the best thing about Christopher Nolan is he wouldn't expect you to do something if he can do it himself. And he's in the Trojan horse with them at the very start. It's cold. They're doing it. He doesn't know how they're going to shoot that scene.
Yeah.
But he's just like, I don't know. We're going to get in there. We're going to see it, and we're just going to go with the flow and do it all practically.
It's also a fun full circle moment for him. I mean, this has been well documented now, but he was attached to direct Troy. Started thinking about Trojan Horse back then, but then didn't do that and ended up doing Batman Begins.
Good thing he did, because otherwise
he wouldn't have got to this point, I guess.
Exactly.
I think it's up there as one of his best. I think
100%.
And to back up Oppenheimer with this is pretty impressive, because I feel like this is it's going to be an awards juggernaut for whatever that means. But did your brother-in-law enjoy it?
He did, and he doesn't like those sorts of movies either. Like the older movies, sort of historic movies. He's more into so Michael came out recently, and one of his favourite films was the Michael movie, and I had fallen into the trap of reading the reviews beforehand and thinking, I'm not going to watch Michael because of all the reviews. But then obviously you watch it and
you enjoyed it.
It was great. It wasn't as good as the Odyssey, in my opinion. But
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eden really enjoyed it. She's big up on that. She loves Greek mythology, so she'd read it. She knows all about it, so she enjoys that. She also really enjoys violence in films, and there was enough of that to keep her
Yes.
keep her satisfied. Do you know one of the funny bits I really enjoyed was Robert Pattinson, who was really slimy in the film.
I think I know
But
what
the
you're
bit
going
when
to say.
he's hiding behind the pillar and he's like,
swords,
"Do this,
shields!"
do it, yeah, shields, come with me." It's like not doing anything.
Use
So
that, use that.
it was really funny. But that whole, I mean, yeah, it builds up to this crescendo, and what a satisfying ending as well. Yeah, pretty good, pretty
Yeah,
good.
and I mean the music as well, as we touched on sort of like briefly at the start. Like I just because he used, so obviously Christopher Nolan had a specific I want this, and
Yes,
so Ericsson,
Ludwig something or other.
yes, he
Goran,
got
yeah. I mean, we could check, but people all know who we're talking about.
no. um,
I could put it up. I'll put it up as like a little. We're too dumb to research. Here's the name. We'll do it in post.
fact check.
Yep.
But Christopher Nolan was like, "This is what I want from the movie." So obviously he went away, the composer, and he sort of went, "Okay, well, how do I do this?" And I obviously touched on that he liked using the synths. So you'll sometimes hear during the score that he uses like pedal notes as sort of like the lower end, and he'll still use like the brass instruments for like those lower notes. But he was using copper and brass and tins, and he was anything really to like make a new sound that could be used in this feature film. And obviously they actually had to recreate some of the instruments, whether that be it was almost like a recorder penny whistle flute type thing where
Cool.
but there were no reeds still sort of like around because it was such an old instrument, so they had to actually go back and recreate these reeds that they would have used back in those times to reuse and create the sounds for the main tunes. Really, I mean, one of early on, I believe it's when you're introduced to Penelope.
Yeah.
This is what I mean about sort of having it all in one, because if you just look at the score and listen to the album, it says Penelope, but you can't link that really back to where it is, because he will use the motifs throughout the film.
Yeah.
But what did interest me is that the Penelope's sort of theme, if you will, was the same sort of motif used in Odysseus's theme towards the end.
Okay.
When they were going into the sunset, and when he was attached to the pole for the sirens,
Right.
and it's almost like what I see. I obviously like a film that sort of makes you feel something, and obviously looking back now in hindsight, thinking, okay, well, he's created this score, and you can see now, well, in my opinion, that the motif used in both of those sort of tunes was that maybe the siren song is different for each listener.
Yes.
And that his song was Penelope, and that's why he was in so much agony when
because he missed her. How cute.
Yeah.
I mean, he was gone a while, wasn't he? Yeah, probably worth a rewatch, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gone a while, but I feel like I still wanted to see him and Cersei and see how they did that, because he was in the book, in the poem, he was there for a year before he then left, and they had a kid.
Cersei being the one who turned the men into little piggies.
Yes, which is also practical effects.
That scene was intense.
No idea how they did it.
Lovely bit of body horror, which I quite enjoy in mainstream cinema. I like a bit of. See, I'm weird. I don't like being scared, but I don't mind seeing things that are kind of creepy. I don't really know whether maybe I just need to start watching horror films.
Yeah, maybe start with like the screams, which aren't really serious.
Yes,
and then go into Saw after.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched The Shining.
Okay,
but I don't think that's particularly scary. And I've seen The Conjuring 2.
See, I think The Conjuring's.
But I saw that with like a big group of people. So.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Were you there when we went to go see Slender Man?
No.
That came out in like 2017.
No, I didn't see Slender Man. You know, I can just look in the mirror.
Second worst movie of all time.
Second worst. Oh, okay. talking about well, we'll talk about let's talk about on the other end of the scale from the Odyssey. The new Avengers trailer landed the day before we are speaking to my iPhone. Avengers Doomsday, which is sort of throw everything kitchen sink approach from Marvel to try and get some cred back. So we got a new trailer. We got to hear Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom voice and see him in action for the first time. Kind of like doing a sort of faux Russian-y, European-y accent. You know, nice and authentic, guys. Anyone familiar with Russell? No, not Russell Crowe. Anyone familiar with Ray Winston in Black Widow? Probably be like, okay, I'm feeling these vibes. And then we just sort of saw little snippets of bits, didn't we? Like Thor talking to the new Avengers, the old Avengers, which I think is just literally Sam Wilson and Ant-Man.
Yep.
And Fantastic Four showed up. The Wakandans showed up a little bit. We saw Namor.
It's almost like the scene in the Anchorman
where oh my god, yes! Where all the news... Yeah, essentially, I think that's what this film will be. It's going to be literally an extended Anchorman fight. Yeah.
Please, Kanye, do not show up.
That'd be quite a good thing. Yes, and then we see like Thor with Stormbreaker try and get Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom just goes, "Oh no!" And we see Steve Rogers back.
Yeah, I think it's quite refreshing to see Thor after we've had quite a few films. Obviously, to start with, he was serious, and it didn't give the reception that I think
it didn't. They weren't good, those first two films.
Yeah, exactly.
Then the third one was really good.
Was really good because they sort of made him a little bit funnier, and it was fresh, it was new. But then they sort of like kept on that ride, and they maybe
what really annoyed me about that. So obviously in Infinity War and Endgame, Thor has a really good arc. I think he's like one of the most interesting characters. We see him like obviously he's lost everything. We then see him sort of basically depressed, and him trying to search that, and then we go straight to Love and Thunder, and Taika Waititi just sort of went a bit loose with it, didn't he? And it was just too goofy. So nice to see him come back and be a bit more angry and somber and
a leader.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to take centre stage, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
But I think this film's going to be an absolute fucking mess. It looks like a mess. I'm quite intrigued to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, the only benefit, really, the only sort of thing that's giving me hope is the fact that the Russo brothers are still attached to it, and they're sort of back in the reins.
Yes, although so Fred Asquith, who's a very good film podcaster, almost like the shining example what everybody should be aspiring to do. He mentioned on one of his episodes recently that apparently the script isn't even finished, and they're in post-production. So that's not good. And I put that in a group chat, in the Film News Blitz group chat, actually, and I'm going to name and shame Asian here. Asian, in the Film News Blitz group chat, went, the Russo brothers often do stuff like this, so it's all good. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good enough excuse, really. I didn't voice that in the group chat, I'm doing it now. I don't think that's a good enough excuse. And also, if you look at their work outside of Marvel films, it's not that great.
Yeah,
like, what was Grey Man?
Grey Man, yeah. Was there another one that they did?
They did this like a series with Richard Madden and Priyanka Chopra.
Yes.
Nick Jonas's wife.
Was it Citadel?
Yeah, is it called that? Stanley Tucci's in it. Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah.
They just do a bunch of really naff genre films outside of Avengers.
Is that because they don't have the budget to go and
probably because they've got to fucking write the script before they start shooting? Maybe they're not good at writing script. But then they worked in telly for ages. But I think they were directing in telly. I don't know if they ever wrote in telly.
Yeah.
But I think it's just obviously I wonder how much of a mess it was before Infinity War, and they landed the plane, so we didn't notice. But at least before then, it was it felt cohesive, like film to film to film to film, and they ended off this really long saga of films, like a whole story that spanned all those films up to Endgame. Whereas we've had a meandering, gibbly gobbly googly mess up to this point for Doomsday.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the Marvels. I haven't seen.
You're going back a couple of years there as well.
Yeah,
that's a COVID film, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I haven't seen Thunderbolts. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Have you not? Okay, that's actually very good. That's good because that's separate, and that's just James Gunn really nicely bringing the end to his. That made me cry.
And I don't know
That was a
whether
good
it's
one.
because I feel like I need to start from
No. Just you
the.
can come. You can come back into number 3. You can just come back in.
Okay, okay.
You'll just be like, oh, okay, this is what the Guardians have been up to.
That's on
I'm
the
fine.
list then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
on the
that's fine.
list for sure.
Yeah,
Because
you can watch
I
that.
wasn't a big fan of Volume 2 though. And
No. It's much better than Volume 2.
okay,
Much
okay.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm excited for the new Spider-Man film
Yes.
coming out.
Spider-Man's always good though, and it's a bit of an outlier, I think.
I just yeah.
Come back to the Odyssey. Very nice to see Tom Holland outside of Spider-Man doing some great work.
Which proves he can still be Spider-Man and take on these more serious roles
Yeah.
that sort of
Because a lot of his non-Spider-Man films haven't done very well.
Uncharted.
I didn't enjoy that at all.
No.
Yeah, obviously pre-Spider-Man, he did the Impossible, the Maldives tsunami film,
Yes.
which is always on my Instagram algorithm.
That's going back a
Just
while.
watching them scream at each other, like when they, when the little boys find each other again.
Yeah, and he's talking about like, how they did all of the.
Oh yeah, that's quite cool.
The
That's another
waves
thing I like
machine.
about Nolan as well. He's so excited to talk about all his stuff. He's like so he energizes. I think like he makes you give a shit.
Yeah.
Because he gives a shit quite
100%.
a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Avengers. I think it's gonna be a car crash. I'm intrigued to see what happens. And see, the thing is, I really like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom's a really cool character. But it would have
And
been
I
cool,
think they failed him in the past, Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah, he's been an absolute wank up.
But then again, I feel like they're almost playing the audience a little bit by bringing back such a beloved face.
Oh, they bring back all the
Downey
X-Men
Jr.
as well. Yeah, the
Now
OG
I do like
X-Men.
Chris Marsden though, so.
But this is interesting. So these films are mainly for like teenagers, right? But none of them were alive when these X-Men films came out. This is for like me and you, my dad. No, this is for much older people. The nostalgia. So maybe they're just trying to get everyone with a bit of everything. Oh, Shang-Chi's back.
Yes, fighting.
And Gambit's there.
Yes, fighting.
Do you reckon
Gambit.
we're going to understand what he's saying this time?
I think we can.
I really hope so. Because
Yeah.
that Deadpool and Wolverine, I didn't really jive with that.
Yes.
Him just speaking really weirdly.
And are we just assuming that they have recast Gambit rather than saying that he's from another
Well, I think this is a whole
multiverse,
multiverse film. It's a multiverse film.
so they'll just pull him from another time, maybe.
Yeah.
Another timeline.
God, it's all a mess, isn't it? Really, you can get away with anything with multiverse, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And then we've got to be concerned potentially that if this one does badly,
Well, that's it.
we've still got
That's
to.
curtains.
Well, there's another one.
Well, Secret Wars might be 2 films. I don't know. I think Secret Wars is meant to, I think, follow on from this, and then reboot it all.
Okay, and recast.
Which I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like if you're going to reboot it, let's wait a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I would be intrigued to see what
time.
Hugh Jackman looks like as Wolverine at 93. That's always something that plays on my mind quite a lot. Like,
Well, see, okay, we're getting back on Deadpool and Wolverine. Completely undid all the good work that Logan did, bringing an end to his time as that character.
Yeah,
I was like, this is fucking stupid. I don't actually like I don't actually rate Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah. I mean, how many times does
stupid.
Professor X have to die as well?
Yeah, that guy's fuck me. Right, okay. Let's bring this to an end. It's been a nice discussion. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Recommendations. Oh, also, okay, no, 2 things. Because I forgot I was going to ask you another question, wasn't I? What are you most looking forward to seeing next? And also, do you have a recommendation for what you think people should watch? It can be based on our discussion. It can be something that's coming out in cinemas now. It can be something that's old. It can be anything. So those are your 2 things.
Grey's Anatomy season 17. No,
No, please no.
So, what am I looking for? I think the perfectly I can explain this with the meme that I've seen recently from the original Spider-Man walking out. It's James Franco walking out of the library or wherever he is in Spider-Man.
After seeing the Odyssey.
I have nothing left. All I have is Spider-Man.
Yes, I've seen that meme as well.
Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man.
Yeah, same here.
Because I feel like, because Tom Holland mentioned about how he was like, because he delayed filming for Spider-Man for the Odyssey, didn't he? And
yes.
He sort of mentioned that he's sort of reviewed how Christopher Nolan was filming that movie, and it's sort of incorporated and converted that into the Spider-Man. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how they've done that.
Yeah, that's been directed by the guy who did Shang-Chi as well. And Shang-Chi I thought was quite good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. It'd be good to see him as a more isolated Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, just
A
we've
bit
had
more like an OG Spider-Man.
we've had over the top Spider-Man. We've had
A bit more grounded, perhaps. I mean, he's got the Punisher in it as well, which I think is going to be odd.
yes,
If we're talking about TV events that I thought were underwhelming this year, Punisher One Last Kill. Skip that.
See, I haven't seen the Punisher TV series,
He's amazing. He's so well cast. It's like a Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man level of casting.
just execution.
But no. And the series is good. When he's in Daredevil, it's good. But this one, they did like a 45-minute oneer, not like a one take thing, just like an isolated
Breaking
story.
Bad El Camino type.
It's just him.
mini-film.
It's just sort of him screaming a lot, killing a bunch of people, and then that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything to progress his character. So I thought it was underwhelming. But recommendations. Have you got a recommendation? What do you think people should watch? I would say if people enjoyed the Odyssey, enjoy Nolan, I can go back and watch Interstellar. Because I think that's one of my favourites, and I think it's not a lot of people's favourite Nolan movie. But it's a big journey, big old journey, getting home. And all that
It's
jazz.
always-
it's
it's
like
always
it's the
getting
Odyssey in space.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon's in it as well.
Interesting. Yeah.
Being
no.
attacked by a fly.
My recommendation. What would that be? I mean, am I allowed to consult?
You can consult.
I'm going to consult and see.
What are you consulting? Okay.
Interesting. I would recommend Disclosure Day.
Really?
I would. I watched it, and I was very skeptical because aliens. I mean, end of the world type stuff. But I thought it really good performances throughout. I thought the ending, it sort of gave you like a. Now I gave this one a 4, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe a 4.
I think I gave it a 3.
But I just thought the ending was very like, okay, they don't normally do that with an alien invasion movie.
Yeah, it seems like he's chill.
Yeah, and
Spoilers. You just recommended it. You're talking about the ending.
but
you can see the ending coming. To be fair,
yes, it's I think very well acted.
Yeah.
Good script.
Did you not think some bits of it were just a bit silly? Like they're hiding behind a rock, not very well, and like the bad guys are all like, "Where did they go?" Or the bit when he's like running, there's like 50 of them all in their cars. He's in an open field, just crouching, like running straight towards them. Nobody ever thinks to like look. Nobody looks round, and then he gets in a car, starts it, and not until he rams into someone do they notice he's there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of dumb stuff. The baddies are really dumb in this movie.
There are some dumb stuffs, which is why it's not that.
It didn't.
I
thought it was good. I thought it was well executed, and well directed, but it didn't leave a mark. But recommend it for sure.
It's one of those things that isn't a rewatcher. You don't think that was so.
But
good,
you think people should go and discover it for themselves.
But it's something that you watch one and you think that was a good movie. I'm going to leave that there. And I think like Emily Blunt's performance was just—she's
very good at it. Yes.
So that gained some marks.
So Disclosure Day and Interstellar. That's what you should watch next. Jason, thank you for talking to me. I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, and thank you if anybody's been watching. Do the likes and subscribes, the comments. Comment if you agree with us. Comment if you disagree with us. But keep it friendly. It's a friendly film take. And end scene.